Welcome to the fifth episode of Trans Table Talk. And this one's going to be juicy because we have a part two to this one. So this is part one, and we have the honor today to have the special guests, the viral sensations, King and May. Would y'all like to introduce yourselves? Give the people a little bit about y'all.
What's up? What's up, y'all? Y'all know I'm the real May. Man, I'm just influencer, I do my thing and I try to influence people like me for real. I'm also a dad, you feel me? 4-time dad at that. So I just like to apply what I learned to y'all, you feel me? It's just...
And Kavar, King.
Mute.
You're muted.
Unmute yourself. You muted.
What's up, y'all? My name is King Kavar. I'm 25 years old. I've been on testosterone for 8 years now. I too have a daughter that I've carried and pushed out. Yeah, for the most part, when it comes to like trans care, I'm too influencer. Not only an influencer, I put out there. Well, what I put out there for people like me and to help people like me.
Okay, so y'all kind of like have the honors to like break the ice. Valentine's Day is coming up. So, you kind of have the honors to break the ice to be able to say, like, what does T4T stand for and what does it mean to you all? Mason, you can go first.
Where he go?
Go ahead. You going to ask? Go ahead.
You said yeah.
Oh, no. Anyone. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so you said, what does T mean?
T4T. What does T4T mean to y'all, or what does it stand for? Because it may not be public knowledge to us, like us as being trans identified individuals, we may know what it is, but what does T4T mean to the outside world?
We just use it trans for trans. You know what I mean? For us, it's a dating thing. You date another trans man, trans man, because we have different, it's different different categories in this stuff, but anything, that identifies as trans. And if y'all date, that's what we put T for. That's what I put T for.
Okay. And what about you, King?
As far as me, when I think of T4T, I think of a level of understanding. One trans person to another trans person understand one another. When you try to date outside, and it's just, this is just my opinion. When you date outside of the T, you get hit with, people misgendering you. You get hit with, people claiming they understand but really don't. So when you date within the trans community, it kind of makes it easier. So for me, it's understanding. That's what it means to me.
Okay, no, I definitely like that answer. For me being like a T4T individual too, more so trans for trans bisexual, I'm open to trans women, I'm open to trans men. I could say like with T4T, you don't have those hangups that you would get from like a cis and trans type relationship. Like I don't have to explain why I don't feel good after I take my hormone shot, or I don't have to explain why some days like I feel dysphoria, or like it's just those certain levels of understanding. So I definitely agree with both of y'all point of views. So the next question is there a difference in the T4T dating pool, such as heterosexual dating or homosexual dating? Do you feel like there's more trials and tribulations when it's like a trans man and a trans woman, more than like a trans woman, or a trans man and a trans man? Do you feel like it's like different ways to go about it? Do you feel like one is like still trying to figure each other out? Like, do you feel like there's some friction between one or the other?
I feel like I'm sorry. I feel like no matter what relationship you in, no matter what gender you are dating, trans man, trans woman, trans for trans, you know, two trans men, two trans women,
Mhm.
trans men, y'all are going to be figuring each other out for a lifetime. It never stops. And I constantly explain this to my partner. He says a lot. I don't like this or I don't like that. You probably never going, but you learn to deal with these people. You learn ways to deal with your people, and you know your person. You know what I mean? It's the little
Yeah.
things, that them flaws and stuff that a person has. You know, you're gonna apply them. So I feel like it doesn't matter what you are, what gender you are. A trans man and a trans woman are still gonna have problems with them learning each other because, first of all, that's two different. You know, that's trans man and trans woman. You'll have two different. When you take your hormones, you feel something different. When I take my hormones, I feel something different. It's the same with us. We're two trans men, but he's totally different. And I tell him that a lot of times. Like, you're different. He's like, you're different. You know what I mean? I'm a different trans man. I'm much more, you know, feminine than shit like, you know, stuff like that. So we're totally different. It's like you take your time to learn that person no matter what it is or what you are.
I can say that I kind of agree with May. Like something that I've noticed, like with also like being trans attracted and having relationships with trans men is like, for me, I've struggled with growing up with individuals within our transitions, but like feeling like an individual, like you outgrow people, and that's fine. And that's a part of adulting, but I feel like it becomes this friction where somebody's so used to who you used to be and not who you're becoming. Um, and I think that as trans individuals, me personally, for like a trans woman and a trans man relationship, I think the most struggles that I've had is as trans individuals and already dealing with the relic from the world that we're always on defense. So we feel as if like, even though we come from both walks of life of our transition, I'm gonna find the quickest way to bash you before you can bash me. So it's like it kind of is like that friction, and but every relationship is different.
Yeah.
I do know trans women and trans men that have transitioned together and have lived a happy relationship. And I know trans men that date trans men and trans women that date trans women that have happy relationships. So it just all depends on the growth that you want to put in with your partner and the work that you want to put in with your partner. So we kind of talked about this in the beginning of um why we date trans for trans. But let's get into like the details for the viewers so they can better understand, because we go through that relic of why are two trans individuals dating each other? Like that's not why you transition, or what, however the world perceives those, or the mental image that they have of what trans people are supposed to do. So I know that we talked about, so like in the beginning, like how King was like the reason why he was able to like do trans for trans is because when, for example, like when you date outside the T, you feel like, ways of like being misgendering and things of that nature. What are the fun and exciting and heartwarming feelings that you get when dating trans for trans? Like, what are the pros for being trans for trans? And that's homosexual, because like trans for trans is like an umbrella. So that's like, as y'all say, for a homo relationship, what is like the pros of it?
For me, my comfort is in the comfortability. I don't have to walk on eggshells to be me. I am a totally different trans man, probably any trans man you're gonna meet. You know what I mean? Like everything is different. My lingo, my everything. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just the understanding. Like been transitioned to be just this mad trans man that everybody, the world puts us in. You know what I mean? I transitioned to be me. If that means I'm gonna bend the wrist one day and I'm gonna be this trading partner walking down the street. So that's what comes with the T4T for me. It's the protection, the security, all of that within your person to know that they understand you on a level that this outside world probably wouldn't.
So basically, from your point of view, is the security in your partner, like the knowing that this is my person. Because from the outside looking in, your auras align with each other. I from being like another influencer that crosses paths with y'all on different social media platforms, like looking at y'all inspires. Like it shows the positive side of what a successful relationship looks like. And a lot of people don't like to touch on those conversations because, once again, like I say all the time, and like I tell people, even like partners that I deal with, is to have a successful relationship, you have to have those uncomfortable conversations. So like y'all auras like really align with each other, and y'all really like are a great representation of what trans for trans is and the pros of that.
Thank you. Oh, that's dope. So,
and I hope that people don't think that does not comes with a lot. Like, you know, behind closed door, we are still trying to figure this out. We are still trying to understand one another. We are still trying to learn to communicate. Listen, we are still trying. This is
I would be worried if y'all weren't trying to figure it out, because as people, and especially I say this as transitioning people, your transition never stops because you grow into a new person probably like every year. Like, and my thing is like, to know that that's your person, you have to see your person in summer, spring, winter, and fall. Like, you have to see your person in like 4 seasons. So it would really scare me if a person was the same person over the years, because the goal in life is to grow and improve and to be better. That's what I see from y'all. Like, the way that I see y'all influencing each other and influencing the world, it's each other, watering each other so each other can grow. Like, that's what I see, like the trips, the experiences, the adventures, the way that y'all are parents, like that right there is like the positive outlook that the world needs to see, because God forbid the world thinks we're monsters as is. Now you have 2 trans individuals that want to be together and find happiness and solidarity in each other. Oh Lord, it's a nightmare. It's a terror to the world. So to be able to shine through all of that, like, that means a lot, especially being a younger trans individual that is T4T, seeing that on social media platforms. Like, it's that representation that matters the most.
and you're right about that, because we do have a lot of people that reach out to us, just want to just thank us for, you know, just being an inspiration, or just being, you know, who we are. And I always try to encourage to, like, it's okay to be you too. Take this as an experience to live your best life.
Yeah. All right. So what I was going to say is, what are some, I don't want to say cons, because when you say cons, it's like, what are some dislikes about it? But what are some icks? Like, icks meaning like, what are some things that get on your nerves, but it's manageable about being T4T?
What are some things that get on our nerves about being T4T?
Yeah. Like, what are some things that you could do without?
For me, it's the days that we take our hormones. I ain't gonna hold you, the testosterone in this house is crazy. So like on them weeks and we both like just take a shot, it'd be hectic. It'd be a little hectic.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real funny. For the T4T, and honestly, I have no icks about it. I really have no really, like, not to say it's not the most understanding relationship I've been in. You know what I mean? But you know, far as the T4T, I have no issues in that. That part for me is perfect. You know what I mean? Even when I take my shot, because I don't know about him, but when I take my shot, I don't really have no issues. Might want to do a little something else, but far as like I took a shot today and I'm ready to go outside and like enjoy myself. You know what I mean? So,
It's given, do not touch me. Please move away from me. Close the door behind
that was
you.
the game days. I'm past them days. Like I take the shot, but don't. He still has struggles taking shots, and I'm like, baby, I push him straight in, and he's like, no.
Sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes, like if it's like a up and up day, I'll be like, all right, here's the needle. All right, bam. But like if it's an already stressful day, I'll just like, oh,
Yo, what?
I gotta take this shot. This question is to May, because this is not even like, I'm not even looking at my phone. This is not on a chart because I see so much of like me and you, and it's so crazy. Let me ask you this question. Not even this question, but it's more so a statement because I see it all in you. I see it in your glow and everything. It's a difference from being in love and falling in love with just a partner, but being in love and falling in love with your partner and also knowing that that's your best friend. Like I see it from your glow. Like you just like you're happy. Like you're happy no matter how those things look like you're happy.
Yeah, I am. It shows a lot. And it's crazy that you said that because one thing I often get told a lot is that I wish I had somebody like you. You love out loud. And it's like, it's not a secret. It's like so many people can see how much I care and love for this person. You know what I mean? And I think I like that because I've never been like that. Like, I don't even feel like I've loved anybody. I've never loved nobody. I know I didn't. You know what I mean? I never cared about how I made somebody feel. Baby, I never cared about what you thought. You know what I mean? Maybe I was up to 12 like
you remind me of like, and the way
cooking.
that like he's staring at you, it get very much so like this my trade, this my piece. Like,
Yeah,
like it gives excitement, and I live for that, and I love that because it's authentic. Like you could tell that it's not made up. You could tell that it's not fabricated because I've been in situations where I've had a social media relationship. It's kind of like we live our life and then we put it on social media. Not we're living our life for social media.
yeah. See with me, I'm just like
Pretty good, this too. Yeah.
I'm very like I'm gonna post. You feel me? I'm gonna post. Sometimes it just come natural. Like I'll be sitting there and I'm like, I'm typing up a whole post and I'm like, child, I just feel like this right now. You know what I mean? The thing is always natural. Like I told him, if we ever got to a point where, it just gave very much unhappiness, we're gonna walk away. We will. The last thing we're gonna do is fight for social media. You know what I mean? Like what I am getting better with is, when I feel a way that I'm not posting it on social media. That might be a little because you're in a vacuum. You know what I mean? Or
Something I've realized, and I kind of look back on like my last relationship, and I kind of realize is when we're to the public eye, we have to be a team because the moment that anybody sees your relationship slip,
oh baby, they brat.
go putty through the crack, and it's just like
bratty.
Once again, like I don't think people really understand what being in a relationship and also being an influencer and both having a platform can do. Like it can make or break you. And I've seen it, I've done it to myself. Like I've allowed, well, I'm not gonna say that I allowed, but I've watched the internet destroy my relationship. So the fact that y'all have those safe places and those safe conversations to be able to digest what's going on in the real world and in reality instead of digesting it all over social media, like y'all are able to walk away from y'all platforms and get whatever y'all need to get together and then come back to social media strong as ever. I respect that on a whole nother level. Like I think that, like, I know that y'all realize that y'all are influencers and y'all influence a lot, but sometimes I don't think that y'all realize that it's a lot of other places in your life that y'all also influence without even knowing that y'all do it. Like,
enlighten us.
y'all do a lot more than just, lifestyle influencing. Y'all also do a lot on like relationship building, shadow work when it comes to like therapy and things like that. Like a lot of topics that people need. Y'all are the true definition of influencers, not what Instagram and TikTok preconceived, but like the real definition of influencers, like somebody that people want to be and work towards to be.
And I like, that's why I said like this year I want to shine a little more. You know what I mean? Like we do a lot and that we want to show y'all so much, but life just gets in the middle of that. You know what I mean? And honestly, with my relationship, I got to see that some relationships are really just for social media because life gets in them. We have videos recorded, we have YouTubes ready to drop, we have so much. And life just sometimes get in the way of it. You know what I mean? And we're still like trying to, like I said, we have a real relationship. We are trying to work through things. We do have problems, you know what I mean? So we're still working on things in order to put out, the real. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever we do, I know we always want to do it legit. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like when it comes to our relationship. Like I said, I have my times and I ain't gonna hold you. Recently showed me that. Baby, watch what you post because they watching and they ready. And they ready. And they be the people you least suspect, but they be ready. You know what I mean?
I mean, they will have a DM drafted up, ready for the moment. I mean, like expeditiously.
And they be ready to play the side role. It's like they already know. Like,
I mean, the whole entire time they your homeboy, your homegirl in your face, they ready to sleep in tomorrow. It's giving pay enough.
Yeah. So
okay. So I want to be nosy. I'm the nosy niece. When did y'all first? Because I'm nosy, so I be watching y'all story. Like I watch y'all story, so I do know, and this is for the audience too, that y'all were homies in the beginning. Like y'all were cool. Like y'all was friends. Y'all was tight. When did y'all first meet, and when did the attraction first start?
All right. So as far as us meeting, I believe it had to be about. How old am I? I had to be about 15. It's probably about 10 years when we met. We met, last thing I remember, I don't know if you can remember further than that, but
y'all said 10 years ago? Y'all said 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I was only like 11.
But for testosterone.
I'm gonna be real. I was been weird. Before I transitioned, I was been weird. And I was been attracted to masculine people.
Actually, we knew each other pre-teen.
He used to ride the bus. He used to get on the bus, 23 or the 40 every day. He's quiet, long hair. And I was like, I'm gonna get him. And that was before I transitioned. You know what I mean? So I was trying to I used to get on the bus, look stern face.
I didn't know about this until afterwards.
Yeah, so that was when I first seen him, and that was years ago. He was like baby. Right? You know what I mean? So
but I think you already knew who I was at that moment because it's something that you said to me. Yeah, I didn't know him. He knew who I was for real. But I met him through a friend. This Dom I used to hang with. I think I told you. We used to hang with him as well. That's how we met.
Asked him why he don't shave his underarm.
Yeah, you did. You asked me why I don't shave my. I never forgot that. I'll never forget that in my life. He asked me why I don't shave my underarms, and I was like, because I'm a boy. And he paid it. He's like, well, you need to shave.
Then don't worry, I make him do it now because he don't, and it be so long, and I hate it for real. But and then we re-met when I had the baby. No, when from the friend we met when we transitioned.
Oh yeah.
And he hit me up. He hit me up and he was like, I like, what you're doing, and we proceeded to like talk then, help each other with our transition and stuff like that. Yeah, we are the two first gay trans men here. Like that, like baby, you're talking about took the heat. We took the heat for everybody, and I think that was because we were two of the like sex, like when we first started messing
I
with
ain't gonna lie to you.
that shit was like crazy.
Before y'all came out, like before y'all came out like publicly, I was liking girls in private. I was in the closet. I was like, ooh, like I get to be in the closet again. Until y'all came out and the girls was giving like, you see them, they live freely. Like we about to live freely. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so I have two more questions. Three. I'm not. Three. Do you feel as if being trans attracted has worked better for you than being cis attracted?
Yeah, you can go first.
For the most part, no. I kind of was attractive prior to. I was always. I never got like no backlash of that. When I transitioned, it just kind of heightened. That makes sense.
Okay, for me, no, it's the same. Like I said, I'm gonna be real. The DL stuff just got a little worse because I've always been that type. Like I said, I date differently, and I dated differently before I transitioned. So transitioning just made it, you know, heightened. You know what I mean? So now it's like, now dating trans and dating cis, yeah, it's different. You know what I mean? I'd rather date trans, you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't really date trans women, so yeah.
Okay. How do you feel the world perceives trans or trans relationships?
As a disgrace, confused, understanding. They don't understand how you transition to date men. That don't even make sense. Or but what they need to understand is gender identity and sexual orientation are two totally different things. Because I identify as a man don't mean that I don't like who I like. You can be attracted to who you want, but they look at us as like
we confused. Crazy.
Don't make sense to them.
Like we are definitely a couple of cyberbullying. Like I found videos recently of like people has videos of us like, and like it's like giving this is two girls in a relationship. This is that third. And I'm like,
be girls love. That's their favorite.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
I ain't even gonna lie to you. They chewed me and Jamir up for I want to say like 6 months straight, like chewed us up, and it was the most annoyingest thing. Like it was to a point that I logged out my Instagram because it'd be like the lack of knowledge. Like you're not ready to sit here and tell me that to your eye, I don't embody the essence of a woman, and to the world's eye, to him, he doesn't embody the essence of a man. Like you're not ready to. It's because we both live authentically in our transness, and you both know what we were in the past, and you're using that to your advantage. Like sometimes I think some of the trans hate that people be having it be because they're insecure with themselves, because you're not ready to sit here and you're not ready to say that I look like a man. Like it's nothing that you could say that I look like.
I could tell, bro. You didn't know till I told you, or till somebody told you. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
right.
Yeah, but I to somebody.
That's their favorite line too. No, but what I do. Like as far as me, I've grown to kind of put it in the bag. I'm used to it. Like starting from TikTok, I got so much love from TikTok, and I also got so much hate. So like coming from that, I learned to like not care. Genuinely, that's why I be having to tell them sometimes, like, let them talk. People are entitled to their opinion. I live by it.
Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
Don't express your opinion to me.
I'm down with the keep it to yourself, but me, like you telling me that I'm not a man is irrelevant to me because I know who I am and I know how I feel inside.
Okay, so the last question of the day, and I kind of like ask everybody these questions, no matter what the topic of the platform is, because I want people to take away something from this segment. So today on T4T, the place to be, episode 1 with King and May. What is one thing that you can tell that trans individual about being T4T that you want them to walk away with?
You want to go in?
I was gonna say, don't let the norm. Don't feel like you have to live inside the norm. Be who you are. It's okay to be who you are. If you're gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, whatever you are, it's okay. If you're into trans, if you're a trans man, you're into trans women, go find that trans girl. If you're a trans man that's into trans men, go find your person, because nobody is going to pull up where I was going, because hold on.
Because living unhappy does not basically make you happy. Is where you go to. You can like what you like, want what you want, but if you don't go get it, you're gonna still be living in that same misery, you know. But for me, okay, when T4T, and it's a real message. Just because two trans people are in a relationship does not mean the relationship is going to be perfect. When it comes to being trans for trans, be you and allow your partner to be you. And y'all figure out a way that y'all can be good. You know what I mean? And just be happy. You know, whatever you want to do, do it. I always get a lot of questions like, how? I seen them, I wanted them, I got it. I ain't think twice about it. I ain't think what nobody was going to say at that point. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes me happy.
Don't think we didn't get backlash.
Oh, we did.
Got a lot.
You know what I mean? Just even how we came up, like, you know, we leave out a lot of shit. But as well as we was friends, we beefed at times. We fought at times. We've messed with the same people at times. You know what I mean? Like, be real. Look at his name. A lot of people had so much to say about this. You know what I mean? Some people didn't even think we was going to last. Some people still probably think that this shit is for show. I ain't no way I'm going through this much for show. And I'm going to be real. Ain't no way I'm going through all this for show. So just like continue to be you and like really living your truth. Whatever you feel you want to do, you do it. You do it. Like I said, we are two totally different trans men. He is tradie, he is everything. And y'all can see, like, my fem side come out. They go hand in hand. You know what I mean? I can walk down the street like a straight man. But when I get to the right place in the right time, well, I'm bending it. I'm bending the rest. I'm moving the neck. Oh, I'm gonna do my shit. You know what I mean? I'm me and he's him. And that's what keeps us going. You know what I mean? The balance is us being totally different. We're totally different, but in ways we are like. And we're just like finding ways to like make that shit work. You know what I mean? So like that's my big thing. Be you.
One more thing. Yes, we're trans, but we're human. We're human. So don't be afraid to be who you are.
Thank you so much. This has been an honor to sit here with the both of y'all for episode 5. We're literally episode 5. And I remember when this was just an idea that I threw on my boss's desk. I was like, here, this is a podcast that I want to create. And they picked it up. Y'all are episode 5, just a couple of maybe like 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, the first episode of this topic. And this is actually a topic that I've had drawn up, which was supposed to be the first episode. So I'm glad that I got the perfect people to be on this episode. Thank you so much, May. And thank you so much, King. Make sure that y'all tell these people what y'all YouTube is, what y'all Instagrams is, social medias. I forgot to do that one in the drop. Go ahead and tell these people what y'all stuff is.
All right. So y'all know y'all can follow The Real May. Type in The Real May on almost everything and it's gonna pop up. But The Real May on TikTok, The Real May on Instagram. Really, The Real May for YouTube. But we're combining. So we haven't really dropped YouTube yet. We're working on it right now. And we're gonna combine channels and we're gonna drop that. But I know right now we're gonna start on his channel. So he'll give y'all the name to that.
Now I'm actually gonna combine the channel. I'm gonna make another channel for myself, and use that for what we doing. But as far as me, my name King Kevar, everything King Kevar. It's all across all social media platforms, except for Facebook.
And make sure that y'all subscribe and follow everything, y'all, because as a community, we gotta support each other. We gotta make each other the new self-proclaimed millionaires. You know, I'm trying to touch a milli before I'm 25. That's the goal. And you know, the way that I'm gonna do that is if my community backs me. So I'm all about backing my community. So make sure that you show this beautiful couple love on all social media platforms.
Thank you.